Alright, we are back some more Unleashed Blading news, and today we actually have a lot of news for just or general Sword Art Online, because today we actually had the live stream going on, basically going over our next celebration, which is summertime, so we're gonna get swimsuit characters very soon, but we are gonna get a brand new Eydis coming out actually today in a few hours. So in a few hours we're gonna be summoning for Eydis, and we're gonna be talking about breaking down her information, her details, and whether you should be summoning or not. So stay tuned for that. We also got news about like the events, the season pass and stuff like that. But aside from that, we actually had a news about DLC coming out for the Sword Art Online game Licorice, or Licorice, however you want to say it. And we actually got a sort of update on Variant Showdown from the producer as well, which looks like they're going to be doing like monthly updates. So that's pretty cool to know about that. Now, I will be talking about the DLC stuff and all that in probably my summons. But for today, we're going to be breaking down Eydis here real quick. And the celebration is becoming basically a new season, season 8. And here we go. Got the Daybreak Guardian Knights Eydis. By the way, because I don't know why, but all these Eydis characters actually have probably the best illustration or limit break art in the games. Like, you look back to it, right? There's the Dark Element Eydis that has like the healing assaults, that has the EX skills and stuff like that. The limit break art is actually pretty cool. We got the first year anniversary Eydis, who has a really cool looking illustration as well. Second anniversary, we got this one. We got like a whole bunch. So here's the step ups, and just by the step ups that we also seen from the live stream. In the live stream, I'm pretty sure they showed off like her incarnate and Yuki's as well. Yuki's gonna be a brand new ticket character, so we'll just wait to see those in game. He's gonna be a non-limited character, which is really cool, right? That just means that like if you pull one copy, you're pretty much set. You get 2 for exchanging and then 1 for free from doing the ranked events. They'll be coming out with this 80, so just right away if you get her, 3 dupes fully done, almost. Just need 1 more, but since she's not limited, she's gonna be on every banner. That's another key thing to talk about here. So she is gonna be a Break Assault enhanced mode character. Her stats are actually looking pretty nice. Her speed is low considering like how good her magic attack stat is, and her crit is actually pretty high, almost 650. So it balances out with like the speed being lower and the max being about average. Now, since she is an enhanced mode character, up here doesn't matter. We only want the more enhanced mode details over here. But if you activate enhanced mode, you basically strengthen your skills, your stats, but you waste more MP in exchange. And you also raise your critical damage of all allies by 10%. Now we go down here, we got the Break, which is a magic attack, extra strong on a single enemy. Inflicts total continuous damage, super strong for 3 turns. And incarnate breaks by 60. The Assault is a magic attack, extra strong on a single enemy. Inflicts total continuous damage, super strong for 3 turns. And now we got the Incarnate Vigil, Black, Sorcery, Violent Gale, level 2. Enhanced mode Incarnate magic attack on a single enemy. Deals more damage against enemies inflicted with continuous damage based on the number of times inflicted, max at 40. Damage increases by 10% when your critical damage buff is 15, or another 10% when your buff is at 30. So if you guys don't remember, we're taking it back earlier this year during our first ever collab with this game with Idol Master Million Live. We actually got an Idol Xenon who introduced this new mechanic into the game, where basically every time you inflict this super continuous damage, you inflict a counter on your enemy, and it lets you know like at what stage or what level the continuous damage is on, whether it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and above. So the more counters you basically have on your enemy, the more damage you're going to be doing. Now the thing about this mechanic is that it's very powerful, but because they gave this to Xenon, who was not an enhanced mode character, it didn't seem that strong at the time. But nonetheless, it was still very good for Xenon, but it's just like they focus more on her like supporting side. But giving this to Eydis here, who has an enhanced mode that increases stats, by the way, has a 2440 magic attack. She's gonna be disgusting. Like if you play this off right, you're gonna be doing way over 1,000,000 easily. Alright, let's check out her Imaginariums. Reduces required MP 5%. Increases magic attack by 6% at the start of battle. That times 4, by the way, because each Imaginarium counts as its own separate little buff. So with this, you're gonna get an extra 24% magic attack for the first 2 turns if you use her. Plus, if you have like attack increasing rings, you're getting an extra buff from that. And not to mention, her special partner is Kirito, and she's Win. So her best partner is going to be the dual wielding Kirito that actually gives attack buffs to your entire team, yet increasing even more of her beginning attack already. Yeah, she's gonna probably be one of the biggest hitters in the game. Is Eydis secretly one of the best characters? Like, because right now I think one of the biggest heavy hitters is either Demon Lord Kirito or Idol Lifa. But now with Eydis here, she could possibly take one of those two spots up there. She might be like top 2 heavy hitter, even number 1, depending on how you play it. And of course she has a new mechanics as well. Makes her pretty good, especially with break stacks and stuff like that. But yeah, she's gonna definitely be like very worth going for. Now, in terms of whether you should be summoning or not, I say don't. Alright, my honest opinion, don't summon. She's a non-limited, which means she's gonna be on every banner moving forward. It's better to save your cubes, wait to see what the swimsuit carrots are, because every year they've been limited editions, so that means that you can only get them on their banner or until they come back like 8 months later. So it's better to wait to see what they do and see like exactly what you want to summon for, right? Because she's gonna be one, but probably the next swimsuit character that comes out like next week is gonna be one as well. So yeah, definitely wait and see what is going on with the next characters. So I recommend people to just be patient, not summon for Eydis just yet, and see what the next characters are going to be looking like. And if they don't seem as overwhelming as this Eydis, then go back to this banner, throw a couple molts, because these banners typically stay up for like a month. So you got an entire month to think about like who you're going to be summoning for, right? And since cubes be so scarce in this game, basically, it's better to just basically summon for what you need at this point in order to get better rewards and stuff like that. Now there are a few things that are actually not in the news about like the brand new like sort of campaign, but luckily for us they actually shared it on Twitter. I have it pulled up here on the side, but I'll be inserting like the images here and there. So we do have like new armor. Basically it's gonna be like sort of the swimsuit that Yuki has, which is down here actually. So they did show this. As you guys can see there, we actually do have like a new sort of illustration for Asuna, which I believe this is gonna be like a special sort of season. At the end of the season you can get, everyone can get Funasho, and the sort of sweeping broom Tisei are gonna get EX skills, which is actually very good because for one thing, I like Funasho. For some reason, 2.5 years into the game, we only have one, even though she sort of plays a big role in the Sword Art Online Moon Cradle arc. I mean, if you've seen like almost every single story that's related to like the ranking events or story events or just any events has a story to it, she's basically in every single one of them. So it's just surprising to me that she doesn't have enough representation in this game. The comment of the video: what is the one character that you want to have in game that does have either representation already or has like very to like little no representation, right? For me, that's Philia, right? Philia, we got one Philia and to celebrate the anniversary of Hollow Realization game, and that's about it. They just like said, alright, there's your Philia, we're done with Philia, we're never gonna give another Philia, and that's just it. We got Karna, who only got one unit in the beginning of the game. She's gone. Funashio's gone. Right, they like to stick to their Asunas, Kiritos, Alice 80s, Yukis from time to time, Yujiro from time to time. And honestly, give us a variety. Like, that's what I want, a variety of characters. And some of the characters actually coming back with the season pass are going to be Silica and Klein. Also characters that need a lot more cards in the game. Alright, so now we check down here and we do got the new Yuki. And she's actually very solid, right? Honestly, for like a ticket character, she is gonna be very helpful for a lot of people. The stats, like, look at the stats. They're like so many characters, right? The only thing that does trash on this Yuki is her crit. Like, that's probably like the lowest crit I've seen in any character in the last year. 568. But aside from that, all her other stats are pretty fine. Defense is also pretty bad, and that's why they gave her the healing ability, because they knew she was gonna need that healing. But like, let's take a quick look at what she does. Magic attack, strong on a single enemy, lowers enemies incarnate break by 50%, which not a lot of characters have these days, but that's actually pretty helpful, especially if the enemy, like, you know, has a huge break on incarnate and stuff like that. And incarnate charges by 20%. Magic attack, strong on a single enemy, or damage increases by 10% when critical damage buff is 15% or more. Additional 10% when buff is 30% or more. And then the heal recovers HP weak of all allies. Of course it's weak, but it's still healing. Raises her own crit damage by 10%. It also raises the recollection field by 1. And then they gave her like a sort of buffed version of a special recollection field on her incarnate. So it's gonna be just like her assault, she does more damage depending on the crit damage buff. And then raises the recollection field by 2 instead of 3. Increased charge by 5%, magic attack by 5% when you're facing non-elemental with her imaginariums. Not the best leader skill, you wouldn't want to run that. Of course she has the new mechanics. So there's Yuki. Here's her limit break art. Looks pretty good. But aside from that, we got our ranking events. Tisei's birthday is coming up, so we're gonna get 25 more free cubes. A new sort of illustration you can buy. It's whatever. We got a new Ronnie illustration that has dialogue. Of course, it's gonna be purchasable like always, so I don't really recommend people going for that. Of course, I will. I buy cubes anyways. And aside from that, all they said was basically mentions about updates on how the normal ranked events are gonna be looking like the stage ranked events. How they like basically show off your performance and like how many cards you did with certain characters, attacks, assault, breaks, damage wise, and all that. So yeah, like I said, they have a lot that they mentioned, but not really. It was just mainly focused on the season pass and the new characters. Aside from that, let me know down below, like I said earlier, what character you want to see in game, your thoughts on this new celebration. Who do you think the swimsuit characters are going to be this time? Or are they going to give us a variety of male characters like Kirito, Yujiro, and stuff like that? Or are you going to go all females again? Honestly, one character I want to see, Shada. Give me a Shada, give me a Philia. Other than that, that's going to be the video. This little breakdown. Like I said earlier, whether you should summon for Eydis or not, that's up to you. But my opinion is weights. It's gonna be probably like an easy skip for a lot of people. She's gonna be very powerful, but it's better just to wait, see what the swimsuit characters are gonna be looking like. And if you think that this Eydis is gonna be actually a lot better than the swimsuits when they come out, then go for Eydis. That's my best bet. Do what you can with your cubes, summon for what you can do to upgrade your teams, make them better. And overall, that's about it. So hopefully you enjoyed the video, and if you did, make sure to go down there, smash the like button, subscribe if you are new. Comments, all that good stuff helps out the channel, helps out the videos, get out to more people. And hopefully you enjoyed. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys in my summons.